Alright, I think we have a good video today. We're just gonna have a little laugh with some fragrance names. We're not trying to be trolls because we are not trolls, we just rant, okay? And hopefully these fragrances are good. Let's just make my pretty face smaller so we can see the green screen, which is I'm using for the first time. So if I'm messing up, I apologize in advance. The first fragrance which I messed up with, so I'm apologizing in advance, is King Kong Kenzo. I didn't crop it well here, but it calls King Kong Kenzo, which is a weird name for a fragrance. I never smelled this fragrance before. I have the notes for this fragrance, so we can discuss it and see if the name reflects the smell or the notes or not. So let's just see King Kong Kenzo's notes. I'll be back. All right, here are the notes for King Kong Kenzo. Resin, okay. Banana, oak moss, spices, clove, amber, mint, rose, and green notes. Okay, let me just tell you that King Kong Kenzo, you sound like something I'm not just gonna gravitate towards because of this. It sounds like it's a very dated fragrance, okay? I'm not a big fan of oak moss, and I didn't even do my research to see if this fragrance is old enough, which I assume it is, just because first of all it is Kenzo, and second of all there's a lot of old spices in here, and I mean the notes here, it sounds old, okay? Oak moss, rose, green notes, clove, spices, resin, amber, mint. That's a very thick fragrance, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of banana note in fragrances, so I doubt this fragrance would smell good to me. And I don't like mint also in fragrances. So King Kong Kenzo, I assume it's gonna be a pass for me. Unless it's good. So let me know in the comment section down below. Have you tried King Kong Kenzo? Is it any good or not? Let's move on to the next fragrance. All right, the next fragrance we have here, let's just make my pretty face smaller to the side here also. I didn't actually screenshot the fragrance, but it calls Let's Settle This Like Adults in the Bedroom by Killian. And here are the notes. Top notes, bergamot, lemon. Middle notes, fig nectar, green notes, hedion. I never smell hedion, I don't know what it is. Base notes, vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, orris, violet, and amberwood. As a matter of fact, I have smelled this fragrance at Sephora a long time ago, but it didn't really capture my attention, so that means it wasn't as good. I don't remember how it smells like. If I said anything else, I'd be lying. But off the notes here, it sounds like it's very big on fig and green notes, which is I'm a big fan of. I love fig in fragrances, but green notes, it's kind of iffy. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. It depends of the type of green notes added in there. So I'll give this a try one more time just because I like the name. Because let's settle this in the bedroom like adults, okay? So let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one I have here, it calls I'm trash. How do you guys know? How do you guys know? I'm not actually trash. I'm just being funny, okay? Don't quote me on that. But this fragrance actually sounds good, and I like the notes because it sounds fresh and airy and light. And I think I have a sample of it somewhere, and I've smelled it before, and I think it's green. Okay, let's just go to the notes and see if I'm right. And I was right. I remember smelling this one before. It was okay. It was like fresh, type of like easy to wear. It doesn't last long, but it was a good summery scent as far as I remember. I don't remember it that well, so I could be wrong. But of the notes, I wouldn't say I'm trash because hey, I smell like apple, atlas, cedarwood, and sandalwood. ISO super, rose. I'm not trash. I just smell good, okay? That's it. Just let's move on to the next one. So I left the best for last just because I thought this name or this fragrance, it's hilarious. Happy Nuts. I mean, it's a pretty bottle. It's a weird name just because you don't know what kind of nuts are happy. There's various type of nuts. You don't know if they're almonds, pistachio, or I don't know, walnuts, or who knows, dude? Who knows? So let's see the notes and discuss or discover the happy nuts. I am liking the notes, dude. It's very nutty. I'm not gonna lie. Almonds, pistachio, caramel, rum. So it's boozy too. It's nutty, sweet, boozy, with some thickness with the honey. Also sweet. Honey, it could be a little effy because if it's got a lot of honey, it could turn into some bowel movement type of pea type of a smell, which is not a big. I'm not a big fan of. But if honey is just with the right amount, it could make the fragrance smell very good. Okay, so the base notes: tobacco, patchouli. It lasts long. Tobacco and patchouli. Okay, that's a long-lasting fragrance we have here. Assuming Gaiac wood, tonka, and ambergris. White musk. Okay, it's got some expensive notes here and some weird notes. Sesame too. I totally skipped on the sesame nutty note here. I never seen sesame in fragrances before. So if I am curious to try a fragrance of all these fragrances, I would definitely go with Happy Nuts. First of all, I love to have Happy Nuts. Don't quote me on that. And I love almond, pistachio, and sesame. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.